Hi, my name is Albert Clark Castaneda, and I'm the field sales representative for CNA. And today I'm joined by Al McCambry, who's our small business technology underwriter. And today we're going to spend a little time in talking about technology. I know that there's a lot of questions regarding the types of classes that technology fits under, and it's one of the fastest growing segments for CNA. We're very successful in writing this business, so I wanted to spend some time with Al and have him speak to our agents a little bit about how he's writing this business successfully. So Al, thanks for joining me.
Yes,
I know
sir.
that you're
Yes,
visiting from Kansas or our office, and we appreciate you coming down to San Diego.
Yes.
So I wanted to kind of ask you a couple questions regarding what are some of the classes of business that you would consider to be technology?
Okay, so some of the classes that I particularly see the most of and that we're great at writing are most of your white collar IT services. You have your software development, you have your web design, you have your IT staffing. Those type of risks, they're premium bearing and they are very easy to write with CNA. As well as we also see your more communication related, communication vendor, that communication, fiber optic, that type of realm. Those guys are very premium bearing as well, and we can write those all day long as well. So yeah.
So the good thing is that they're generating pretty good return of premium in terms
solid.
of the classes.
Yeah, solid. Very profitable. Very
awesome.
profitable.
The other thing too is I've heard a lot of technology classes falling into manufacturing. Can you speak a little bit about those type of classes as well?
Yeah, definitely. So we see quite a bit of electronic component manufacturers. We write those all day long as well. As long as the end use is within our appetite, as long as the end use is within that black box, which is CNA's underwriting guideline, then yeah, we can write those all day long. But those are the main guys we see. We see a lot of designers, developers, those type of guys. And some of the guys do the actual manufacturing piece in-house. Some of the guys do the manufacturing piece from an outsourced, U.S. entity, or maybe somewhere they may bring it in from an importing standpoint. So it just depends. But yeah, all in all, yeah, we can write those all day long as well, as long as it meets our underwriting guidelines.
Cool. Thank you. And another thing too, I noticed that in our travels throughout this week with Al, there was a couple questions regarding like social media and app developers. Tell me a little bit about how you guys feel about those type of risks in CNA.
Okay, yeah, so definitely. We aren't big fans of social media developers per se, like people who develop the actual app. But from a web hosting, from a website design standpoint, from even some blogging exposure is okay with us. So yeah.
That's really important to know, because I think that a lot of people don't look at risk, and sometimes they don't necessarily know whether it's a technology account or not. And I think we recently had a conversation about publishers, and that was another thing that fell into technology. Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of times it's just a matter of maybe picking up the phone and giving you a call. Mm-hmm. You can call Al McCambry directly to ask him about a risk, because I think that's really important for our producers and agents to know that they can always pick up the phone and ask Al on specific accounts that he'd like to write. Another one of the questions that we tend to see from our agents is, what are some of the enhancements that we offer at CNA that could be beneficial for winning a technology account with an agent?
Yes, so some of the key advantages particular to our CMP product is the fact that it can be specifically endorsed with our E&O, and then the E&O in itself can also be endorsed with the media, which is more of your AIPI type of exposure, as well as your information risk, which is our version of data breach network security.
Okay.
So all of that can be endorsed straight onto the BOP. We don't have to have a standalone product. That product is in play. We can do a monoline standalone technology E&O product. If it's something where the bodily injury component, it probably isn't preferable from a small business standpoint, but the financial loss is fine, right? So that stuff is a-okay. We can write the monoline E&O with us, and then the BOP can get placed elsewhere.
Perfect. And another thing too is when we talk about small business, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you can go up to about 20 million in revenue. Is that correct?
Yeah, 20 million in revenue. That's our exposure-based definition.
Well, listen, Al, thank you so much for joining me today. And this is something that I really want to get out to our agents, because you're a dynamic underwriter, and there's a lot of opportunity for us to grow within this region. I know in Southern California we see tons of technology business, and all throughout the country, really. So again, for all the agents that are out there, if you're looking to grow a certain segment of business, look into our small business technology segment. Al McCambry is there for you. Myself, Albert Clark, I'm here to answer any of your questions. questions. And again, thank you for your time, and remember, CNA can show you more.
Thank you.